Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Come here, any crack? No, or what's the story? Do I look like an American?
Yes.
Do you know what? I put on this there. I stripped in front of James. James is flicking the keys off himself tonight.
Fair play to James.
Fair play to James for filling in for Brendan. I was getting changed in front of James, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said I'd get the whole lot out. I took off the big fella and he said...
And the whole room went dark.
He said, I can't see anything, right? No. So I was getting changed and I said, I'll put on this t-shirt. And then I realised that I hadn't washed my hair today, right? This is great content.
Yeah.
And... So I said I put on a hat, and then I put it on, and I said, Ray's going to say, look at the big American head on Kendy.
The big American head and Kendy. You go to Boston for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden you're dressing like some American gentleman.
I was going to wear a full cowboy outfit, man.
Right.
And like an American flag hat and everything and all
lot.
that. And I said, you know what, I'll just go for what is the standard kind of... skateboardery American gentleman.
It's very nice.
Are you enjoying that?
Yeah.
Van t-shirt, lovely hat. So that's why. Come here, America. Do you want to hear about it?
I do, but before we talk about America...
Oh yeah, forget about me then for a sec. Yeah, I haven't just been gone for 2 weeks on the holiday in my life. Right? Ray wants to talk about something that happened in Anderson's probably.
No.
Wait, you hear now what happened in Anderson's? There was a band in.
I need your advice on something.
What?
I have a friend.
I'm sweating balls as well. You were right to turn off the fucking heat.
I got a phone call earlier today.
Right.
I have a friend who, similar situation to yours actually.
He went to Boston, had a great time.
No.
Oh, okay, we can't talk about it yet. Sorry, you're right. No.
My friend, right, is a bit sick at the minute.
Right.
Not feeling well.
Right.
And this friend had a coffee date today with another friend who is also going on a holiday of a lifetime.
Is it a female friend?
Yes.
Was it a date?
No.
Just say it, Ray.
I won't say it.
Who's having sex?
No,
Tell
no one's
me.
having sex. Anyway,
Who's right?
I just want to ask your advice. You rang me this evening. She said, should I tell, we call her Yvonne, the friend, right? And keeping everybody anonymous because that's what she told me to do.
Yeah.
Should I tell Yvonne and her going away, flying out tomorrow morning on the big lifetime trip, should I tell her that I now have COVID?
Does she have COVID though?
Yeah, she did. She tested this evening.
Oh yeah,
she's out for the week.
Hang
but
on
like
now.
this Yvonne friend girl, is away now on holiday.
Yeah,
lifetime holiday.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You tell her that you have COVID.
Why? But just had to ruin everything for her. She'd be sitting there tonight going, I can't go on a holiday now.
Wait, I thought you meant like, should I go meet her? Should I tell her at all, or just go meet her anyway and risk giving her COVID?
No. So she didn't. So the friend didn't know. My friend didn't know she had COVID this morning.
Yeah.
She wasn't feeling well.
What you don't know won't hurt you.
Do you think?
Yeah, well, unless you got kicked in the balls and you don't you don't want to pretend like, no, I didn't get kicked in the balls. I just fucking feel like I'm going to get sick.
Because she was a solid hour, the two of them, in close proximity, and there's a very
Don't tell her.
Don't tell her.
No,
Let
don't
her enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, I know people are going to say, how dare you? Because it's old people. You're going to get all the old people. You prick. My granny is fucking...
Yeah, that was definitely...
No, is that what you'd say?
That was... Well, I don't know. Well, I'm actually going to tell you that the last episode we did, I had full-on COVID.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're shagging joking. Did you actually?
I was awful sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I went home that evening and I got a spam text from the HSE. The HC.
Oh, yeah, the HC.
And the HC, you know, they were trying to get bank details off you to pay for the PCR test.
Yeah, you have COVID. Send this money to Nigeria.
So I got that and I said, geez, I made a test because I tested on the Friday evening before the Monday we recorded the party and I was sound.
Yeah.
I just thought I had an Alchesty infection.
Yeah.
But on the Monday then I tested 2 dirty big red lines. Laura sitting across from me looking at me going, oh God, I'm so sorry.
So you had big dirty rotten COVID and you brought it into me and I was going flying to Boston on
I
holiday
sat here
lifetime.
on the Monday for a solid hour shouting in your face with COVID.
So that should tell everybody COVID's not real then.
We
know now.
But I'm so glad your advice to my fictional now friends.
Yeah, well, to not tell them. If you had told me you had COVID, you would have stressed me out.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm glad you didn't tell me.
Thank God.
And I'm glad I also didn't get it.
I've and you obviously haven't because you're sitting there in your full American get-up. No one with COVID wears American clothes.
No. No one in America believes COVID. No, so that's thank God you didn't tell me.
I'm so glad I didn't.
Because we would have then been going, should we go? Should we not go?
But you know what I'm like. I like to, trust in the responsibility of people to deal with the truth.
Yeah.
And I was mad to tell you, and Laura was looking at me going, what are you going to do? And I was going, on this occasion, I'm not going to tell him.
That's such a good question to ask. I'm so glad you didn't tell me. But there's other people who would say, how dare you not tell him that?
Yeah.
But
you put everybody at risk.
If we get sick, then we get sick. That's okay.
Oh yeah, that's what my thinking. I was like, I can't control any of what happened. Now.
Yeah, that's okay. It's
not like I had come over with the COVID going, I'm going to infect the bastard.
No, well, I wish
and ruin his holiday.
Do you know what? Even to do it, I wish you had spat in my face. I would have preferred that even then.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You should have probably spat into my face.
I should have shifted the face,
Oh, that would have been perfect, man.
Yeah, just before I left, look, I really am going to miss you, and then kiss the face. Yeah, Brendan's standing there all awkward.
But did you know though?
No, I didn't know.
No, because that would have been bad.
Yeah. That would have been bad.
Yeah, to know you have COVID and
I'd
then
be
go
so
see
desperate
someone.
for an episode.
But to not want to, get in everyone's. The thing about COVID nowadays, I can't believe we're still talking about it. The thing about COVID nowadays is, if you don't know you have, leave it alone.
Yeah.
We don't need to be doing what we were doing in the first couple of months.
Yeah, testing and finding out. What would you get that
why
for?
would you want to find out you're sick?
Yeah.
There's no point. But you were dying with the bastard thing.
I died then for the week, yes.
Yeah, but
I had to keep it very quiet.
Yeah.
Because obviously I didn't want you finding out. Or Sean O'Reilly, who was over doing 2 weeks of a holiday of a lifetime abroad in France.
You nearly ruined everybody's January. We all said, you know what, we're going to fuck off out of Sligo for January. And you said you're winning your back passage.
Yeah, but I was in concert with all the people you left behind going, don't let them have that crack.
Oh my God. Isn't it funny too? You could have ruined everything on everybody.
Yeah.
Would you have been guilty?
What would I have been what?
Guilty, like if
or
we all
feeling
got it.
guilty?
Yeah.
If you had rang me a week into the Boston trip and said I have it, I'd be like, well, sure, look at that's what happened.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your holiday now that I'm delighted.
So I'm glad that you feel okay and you didn't get an awful dose of the COVID. And I'm also glad that like we're talking about it and going, sure, what about it?
What about it? Yeah, that's the lesson.
But you killed my granny, you prick. You fucking give it. You killed me, granny. Okay, I'm sorry for anyone's granny.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
I went abroad to Medch.
Yes.
Right. Do you want to hear?
Please tell me you have. I want the good funny stories now. Tell me the observations of Kendy
it
in
was
the merch.
good crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you any crack? No.
What happened?
No,
abroad?
it was good. First of all, the first thing to say is it was whatever the risk of COVID was. We were definitely very nervous about the fact of bringing a baby abroad.
Yeah, which I'd be nervous bringing a baby anywhere.
Yeah, so we brought a 4-month-old across the pond.
Yeah.
Right, to Medich.
Yeah.
Okay. And like we were clearly nervous about oh my God, what you go. Not for us though.
Did they stop her at customs and ask her like, you know?
Oh, they searched her.
Come here, and what are you doing? Are you planning on working over here?
They said there's
Knocking the bar job, are you?
they took the nap. They searched the nappy. And
have you a job to come home to?
There was a fella searching the stools and the whole lot.
Yeah, show us your Facebook.
Yeah. so we went. First of all, no, that's actually a good point you're making there because you get away with murder when you're traveling with a baby.
Yes, do you?
Oh my God.
Oh,
it's
marvellous.
And the next thing I want to say is Shannon Airport is unbelievable.
So everybody keeps telling me.
Seriously now.
It's the best thing in airporting since now.
I want to hop on the train or the plane, if you may, Raybo.
Yes.
I'm going to hop on the plane that is telling everyone that Shannon Airport's the only way to fly.
Apparently you can see the car from the...
I parked outside the door. I swear to God, I parked outside the door of Shannon Airport.
Right.
And just walked in.
Just walked in, left the car there.
And this is my mother loves doing this as well. You know, like people love doing it about Knock Airport too when they say, I parked the car 6 minutes later, I was through security.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I parked the car 6 minutes later, I was in Doha.
I was on the plane.
I was in Doha in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable Knock Airport.
Yeah.
So Shannon Airport's the same. There's some unbelievable shit going on in Shannon Airport, Raymond, that is tremendous. First of all,
the new thing.
Yeah, the new thing is unreal. So we waltzed in, right?
Yeah.
And checked in 2 bags out of
You were the
8.
quintessential dad, by the way. I seen a picture of you.
Yeah.
You had the child somehow strapped to your chest.
I tied the baby to me. Yeah.
But you were just such a... Like, it reminded me of your man that does... what do you call that anti-hero lad in the red and black suit? The book, Ryan Reynolds, he owned the football team.
Oh, that's right.
Deadpool. You were the spit of Deadpool. Yeah.
So what happens there is you can't, once you have to check in car seats, buggies, all that kind of crap.
Babies.
Now you have to check in your baby or else put them underneath the seat in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we got there, Eleanor had all that stuff.
Your sister.
Yeah.
For all the new listeners that we picked up in the last 2 weeks.
Ellie and her husband Kenny had everything sus for us abroad. So they had car seats, buggies. Kenny is her husband.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
So he is her husband, right?
Yeah.
So a husband, Kenny, and they had everything sussed across. So we weren't going travelling with anything, which was unreal.
Brilliant.
So I was travelling with the baby strapped to me tits.
So Kenny and Ellie are ready for a baby now.
I said, listen, I said to them, you can either drop this stuff back to where you got it, or you can keep it. I don't know what he's saying now. So we landed in Shannon Airport. Big smug head on me whenever we landed in to check in the stuff because they were like, do you want to check in the buggy or the car seats? And I said, no, it's waiting for us in the States actually. Yeah. You don't need to check in.
If ever there was a family escaping the tyranny of Ireland, it was you. Like, no, we've nothing with us.
We left with clothes in our back.
Yeah, exactly.
But we said, now we have a load of liquids because babies need liquids and all kinds of stuff. And I said, it's over 100 mil.
Breast liquids.
Yeah, breast liquids. Titty liquids, right?
Yeah.
So we had titty liquid there ready to go. Loads of different stuff, right? And we said, some of it's over 100 mil.
Yeah.
I said, she pumping good this week now. Some of it's coming.
She's milking great.
Oh, there's great milking in it this week. It's coming in around the 140.
Yeah.
I said, what did
We'll make loads of money down
Your
the mouth.
one behind the Aer Lingus test said, don't worry about that.
Oh.
We have the brand spanking new technology.
Shock.
She said, leave everything in the bag.
This is like living in a utopian
Honest to God.
society in Mars or
I've never
somewhere.
seen that like it, Ray.
Yeah, you just walk through.
I didn't pull out an iPad. I didn't pull out a laptop.
Did you take off your belt?
I didn't take off my belt.
Did you take off your shoe?
Here's what happened. I took off my ones and twos now because they still make you take off the shoes.
How
Okay?
in this day and age are shoes still a threat?
I don't know what's going on, but that was the one thing. Now, I had a jacket on me, or a tennis racket. So
Yeah.
there's your ones and twos and your tennis rackets.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a jacket on me, but I had the baby strapped underneath it.
That's
I
right.
couldn't take it off.
Yeah.
So I went up to the Shannon Airport security, and they said, can you take off your jacket? I said, I can, but it'll take a minute.
The baby will have to take her
Yeah.
jacket off as well.
And you know what she said to me? She said, fuck it, it'd be alright.
Yeah,
Go on.
be grand.
And she just said, just go on, it's alright. And they just let me through the thing. Like
Savage.
So they said, if it beeps, it beeps. If not, sure, look, you're grand then. So I went straight through. And I kept thinking, I hate saying this, Ray. But I just kept thinking about if that was Dublin.
Oh, yeah, that's the question I think
No,
everybody...
no. There's no way. You're going to have to... We have to search that baby. No way you're going
shouting
through.
at you.
No fucking way. Oh, you run this. I've been running
Yeah.
this airport for 40 years. I've never let a baby go across the water. No
They're
way.
deadly dangerous.
No way am I doing it. That
Yeah.
baby could be a lethal weapon. No way.
That baby might be a terrorist.
Does that baby have a black belt in karate yet?
Yeah.
You have to tell me. No, so that's all I was thinking. Well, and in Shannon, they were just like, fuck it. There was a woman at security in Shannon. and
That's
she
all
said-
they had.
And just a woman.
That's how safe America feels.
So she just said, do you know what she said to me? She said, oh, I'm studying childcare, your baby's lovely. And I was like, but you're a security guard in Shannon. They're like part-timers.
Oh, right.
She was like, I'm actually studying as well, but I do this the odd time. As
Yeah.
if like you can just go up and say, can I have a part-time job as security, please, for the world, if you don't mind. People are flying all over the world. I want to be security for that. So we got through all that. Now,
No.
still a little bit tentative about the flight.
Sure.
The other thing, like everyone stops when you have a baby. Oh my God, it's tremendous. And they let you do whatever you want. Anyway, we had booked the front seat before you get into business class.
Okay.
Right? So business class is 6 rows.
Yeah.
Row 7 then is for families.
It's peasant class.
It's peasant class, but it's the best of peasant class.
Right.
Because you have
Top
loads,
peasant class.
you have loads of leg room.
Yes.
Because there's a big wall in front of you blocking the business
yeah.
class people from looking at dirty peasants.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now one of them did spit back like that. Like that's okay too.
But I hit the baby.
Yeah, I hit the baby and I was like, you know what, it's kind.
Yeah.
So but what happens there is you get loads of leg room at the fucking
Yeah,
wall.
at the front, yeah.
Okay. And also what they do then is they bring you out like what's called a bassinet, which is a baby bed.
Oh.
And you can put the baby into the bed. I'll show you a picture of
Are
it.
you telling me that is it Aer Lingus you flew with?
Aer Lingus, yeah.
They give you a cot.
In Ryanair, honestly, the baby is hand luggage.
Yeah.
I'd say, honestly. That's the difference there,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Do you have a musical instrument or a baby?
Yeah.
Or some
Put them
sporting
in the holded.
equipment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they bring out that bassinet so she can sleep in there or whatever, you know.
Lovely.
Now, we're very nervous that she's not for us, that she's going to cry and wreck everyone else's head.
Yeah.
So me and Nicola are saying a small prayer to Our Lady, right? Even though we're
Patron
not flying
saint
from
of
Knock,
babies.
the patron saint of babies and Knock airports.
Yes.
Okay. That she won't cry and wreck everyone's head. Okay.
Nothing worse than them.
We're also saying a small prayer that no one is going to be sitting in the seat beside us. That no one would go, I'm going to take that. No one booked the seat beside us, if you know what I mean.
yes.
So we're going, please God, it's just the two of us in this 3-row.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was.
Lovely.
2 families.
Yeah.
One family the other side of us with 4 people.
Right.
Okay, and then us.
Yeah.
Now, the family beside us, we realised there's no one sitting here, and we were going, oh my God, what a result, right? The family beside us.
Because it's Shannon.
The family beside us had separate seats down the plane, and
Okay.
they wanted to all sit together.
Okay.
The stewardess said, don't worry, whoever is sitting here beside you, I will tell them I'm going to get them another seat.
Yeah.
That turned out to be the seat beside us. And we
Oh.
were absolutely... So this American lady in
Yeah.
her late 20s, early 30s,
Yeah.
landed onto the plane, and she was informed, you're not sitting here, you're actually sitting with this other family with a 4-month-old baby.
Yeah.
To which she started muttering under her breath,
Yeah.
just 100% absolutely grace, sitting beside a baby for the whole flight. And me
Little
and
did
Nick-
she know she was sitting beside D. Kendy of the Kendy.
yeah, but if she had known I was going to talk about her, well, here we go. Ray, she was so ignorant. Thanks God. Oh, this is just brilliant, isn't it? And
Right.
then she composed herself for
Okay.
a split second.
Yeah.
Nicola was sitting at the window seat, I was sitting in the middle. And she said, would you guys like to sit on the outside seat? Because I know you're probably going to be getting up and down with your baby quite a lot.
Okay.
And Nicola said, no, you're grand.
Right.
And then I said, actually, do you know what? We will, because I don't want to be disturbing your flight if we are getting up. And do you know what she said to me? Sir, I think it's pretty obvious you've already ruined my flight.
No.
You have a baby.
But by having a child, you've upset this lady.
I've ruined her flight. And I was like, so I contemplated...
going full...
I contemplated, this is a 7-hour flight. Will I box her into the jaw and get arrested? Or will I just try and get through this?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, little did she know Ali's an angel. So, Ali didn't scream, cry, nothing the whole flight. About 10 minutes, 20 minutes into the flight, Ali turned and looked at the girl and started smiling.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it got a bit weird.
Okay.
When she saw Ali smiling at her, she turned and faced the window and started bawling, crying.
Oh, no.
So, I immediately got this empathy. Do you remember I was saying my New Year's resolution is
to be less cynical.
Is to see the other side.
And the bastards.
I was immediately the bastards, right?
She was one, and you were convinced this was one of the bastards.
I would say this is a bastard.
But
yeah,
you held back.
I held back. And I was so glad that I did, because I immediately got this burst of empathy, because I was going, she's obviously had some history of something that's happened.
Yeah.
And Ali just smiled at her and started bawling, crying.
Okay.
And when the flight was over, she just turned to us, obviously embarrassed by her behaviour at the start of the flight.
Yeah.
And realised Ali didn't scream once.
Yeah.
She just said, you guys have a beautiful family and I really hope you enjoy your time in America.
Oh.
And I was going, I never felt so happy.
You boxed her in the jaw.
To have not gone. I said, thank you so much. A big uppercut. No, but I've never been so happy. Because my immediate reaction to that at the start of that flight would have been to go, for you, bitch! Don't ever talk about my baby under your breath. If you have to say something, say it.
Yeah.
Just step up and say it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure let's go into the jacks.
Yeah.
Right? Me and you into the jacks.
Yeah.
And we no room to move and we box the jaw of each other.
No tops on.
Whoever comes out, let's take off our tops. Take out the tits.
Yeah.
Right? You take out your tits, I take out mine.
Yeah.
And whoever comes out of the jacks alive gets to enjoy their flight. Okay?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to happen. But I was so happy to have the composure to go, let's keep it cool
You're
here.
getting wise.
I was getting very wise.
Yeah.
And in being that way, I got to see her. I realised, oh my God, this is a lady with some vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I fucking was like, Jesus, Kendy, you're fucking growing something fierce. Is it the baby that's done it or what? Like, because I would have just reared up on that woman.
Yeah.
Like, because my biggest fucking pet peeve is someone who says something and then doesn't want to deal with the repercussions of it. I told you about that time I was at a hotel in Burr and we took a break at a wedding at 27 minutes past 11 and the break was supposed to be at 30 minutes past 11. The manager came up and said, you're after making a bollocks out of me. I hadn't the food ready for another minute, which doesn't matter ever at a wedding. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he walked away,
Yeah.
which drove me demented because I was going, if you want an argument, I'm here standing in front of you. Don't do your argument and walk away. So I followed him into the kitchen in front of all the staff and
Great.
walking. We lit in each other.
I'm very proud of you.
I don't want the first thing Ali to remember is me boxing a woman.
Well, you getting arrested.
Yeah, I'm getting
plane.
thrown. And my TikTok, I keep saying this, my TikTok is full of people getting thrown off planes, by the way. It's fucking, I was like, I don't want to be one of those
Everybody
people.
would have videoed you.
Yeah, I
It
would
would have been
videoed.
great for us.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
As a podcast.
Well,
it
I
would
tell
have
you
been
what, it
marvellous.
wouldn't have been the first controversy we've been through, which we'll get to probably at some stage.
Oh, we will.
But so that was the flight over. Now, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to bore the heads off everyone. But I
Give me
mean,
the highlight.
I actually did a rating and I wrote down a certain amount of stuff that I wanted to get at by talking about the
delighted.
crack and all that. But I'm probably not going to do that because I'm terrible at it. So I'm just going to go over some of the goddamn
bits.
highlights. So America is a funny country. We stayed in the suburbs of Boston in a place called Watertown. Big Dick Central.
Right.
Okay? All the big Mickeys hang out in Watertown. Everyone there is lovely. And you know the way we think we have, you know, like the Cade Meet a Fall Chat thing?
Yeah.
Like we think we are the most welcoming. We are dog shit in comparison to people over there. They're so fucking nice.
Okay.
Until you get into the inner city.
And then they're not nice.
And then I realised Boston's a lovely city, like on its outskirts, and there's some lovely areas in it. But like when you get into the city centre, it's the same as any city centre in the world. Homeless people and shopping. That's it. Like, it's just home.
Chemists?
It's just. Wait, and I tell you actually now. They have such a weird setup in America. You know, you can just advertise anything. You know those things that we shoved into our arms 2 years ago so we could travel the world?
Oh, the vaccines.
They're like, so Moderna and Pfizer sponsor everything. If you're watching football, hockey, or you're watching fucking One Tree Hill, right?
It's sponsored by Pfizer.
It's all sponsored by Moderna and Pfizer. And it's so funny. The adverts are amazing because they don't apparently just make COVID vaccines. Apparently they didn't just come on the market. They've made loads of other stuff.
Yeah.
Penicillin and all that kind of stuff.
Other hits.
Okay, other hits. And what they do is, so the adverts come on, right? And the adverts start like with these lovely families having a great time.
Yeah.
Because the father doesn't have gastric problems anymore or gout.
Yes.
Right? So They're like, this fella was on Moderna's fucking gout medication. And look how unbelievable he is. He's at a picnic. The family's
He's
on the
eating
go.
spicy sausage.
He's eating spicy sausage again. He stopped cheating on the missus. It's unbelievable setup, right? He has 18 kids. Yeah, he stopped baiting everybody around and he's just having the best life ever. So, and then it finishes them on the picnic. And then they have to do this run over of like the terms and conditions at the real end for 5 seconds. Yeah. So in 5 seconds, they'll say stuff like, may cause sudden death, don't take it if you have this, don't take it if you have this, don't take it if you have this. And a big rundown of why this medicine won't work for you. Right. So it's like the 1 in a million person that it will work for will go on a picnic and stop cheating on his missus.
But it's worth it.
But it might be worth it for that. But you might die though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the funny thing. There's a good chance you'll die actually if you take this medication. Everything you see is sponsored by drug companies. Like, and I don't know. I mean, it's not. It was a bit off-putting if I'm being fully honest.
You were uneasy about the whole thing.
It definitely made me uneasy. And the other thing that made me uneasy is the car adverts. I watched a lot of television, Ray.
I could tell. It's not like I would say that you did a lot.
No,
that was the plan.
No, I did do plenty.
You shopped.
No, I went to Fenway Park for a tour of the baseballs.
That was not your first time.
No, it was not my first time. And
why
also,
would you go again?
I met like there was this guy on the fucking Fenway tour, right, who spotted the guy the Sligo Rovers had on.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Is that the Sligo county team?" And he was given the tour. So there's 2 people that give the tour. One of them talks, and then one of them is at the back of the tour, so that you don't go running around Fenway, stealing jocks of famous people. Okay. So he was at the foot of the tour, and every time your boy at the front stopped talking, he came up and like behind you, like crouching tiger, hidden tour guide, right? And he'd like whisper into your ear. Like, I was in Ireland. You're, oh, Jesus Christ, he's fucking here. Right? But he was in Sligo.
Yeah.
In 2007.
Yes.
When Sligo bet Galway in the Connacht title.
We can't talk about GA matters.
Oh, sorry, we're not allowed to talk about GA anymore.
No.
We will get to why we can't talk about GA anymore.
We're done with the GA.
But he was, every 2 minutes, telling me different stuff. He played concertina. Right. He knew what hurling was. Good. He showed me photos of hurling.
Lovely.
He showed me stuff that I already know, like.
Yeah.
He was trying to tell me stuff about Ireland.
Showing
I was
you Sligo on the map.
Oh yeah,
that's
I was trying to say to him, yeah, I know, I'm there, I live there now. Like that's where my life is now. Like you know,
I'd say he was delighted to meet you.
He was just because Boston's obviously very Irish, so
I'd say, is it intoxicatingly Irish? Are they a little bit obsessed with it?
Whenever they hear the accent, I was trying to order a pizza slice inside the TD garden
with all the H's,
and a fella turned, pizza slice, right? I was trying to order a pizza slice inside the TD gardens, and the guy behind the counter turned to Ellie and said, "I love his accent," and I feel like saying, "You can tell me you love it. Why are you telling her?
You wouldn't understand.
I'm not a cartoon character. I'm fucking real. Like I'm not actually a cartoon character. Like, but the one thing I will say, without boring the heads off everybody, I did do a lot of stuff. Like,
what did you do?
We went shopping.
Right.
There's a place over there called Rentham, Ray. Right?
Outlet store.
Oh my Christ almighty. Yeah. It's unbelievable, Ray.
Very cheap.
Like they have money off everything. Like.
Cheaper than Pennies?
Cheaper than shagging Pennies. I went into Pennies in Boston. It was shite.
Right. They have a Pennies in Boston?
Yeah, I said it's not the same. It's not the same as Ireland. It sounded like my mother.
Yeah.
I sound like my mother. It's not quite the same as Ireland now, this one. But
besides shopping, what did you do?
Went to the TD Gardens.
What's TD Gardens?
TD Gardens, Raymond, is where
it
they
garden where all the TDs hang out?
It's where they played the basketballs.
Ah, okay.
And I watched a basketball match.
Yeah, seen that. That looked lovely.
Do you want to run down of basketball?
Not really, but go on.
A load of way better African American athletes than we'll ever see in our whole life. They're specimens, Raymond.
And all dressed by Pennies.
They're all dressed by Pennies.
Yes.
New NBA gear. Yeah. And I was sick. I didn't buy any Pennies NBA gear because I didn't have anything going over then.
Yeah, you didn't.
I looked like a fool over there then all of a sudden.
Pennies were way ahead of you.
We went to this class brewery called Harpoon Brewery.
Right.
And they brew all their own beers, and we drank loads of their beers and bought loads of their t-shirts and all that kind of crack.
Yeah.
What else did we do? Went into City Centre. We went golfing.
Oh.
Yeah, full golfing. In a warehouse.
Did you go see any archaeological monuments or any history?
Why would you ask me that? No, I did actually. We did see.
You?
So I went to see where the
made America,
where the massacre was.
The Tea Party.
Yeah, Boston Tea Party was one of them on the harbour, but we saw where they started the
Oh, yeah.
The Civil War started or something.
I thought you were talking about the Boston Marathon.
No, yeah. The Boston Marathon monument is there as well.
Right.
So, yeah, but we went to where apparently the Civil War, or the proclamation was read out.
Lovely.
Something to do with that anyway.
I'm proud of you.
And do you know what happens in that place? Because that's the old city hall, or the old town hall.
Yeah.
Right? So in the middle of a big city is this tiny little, like, Victorian-y kind of building. And do you know what happens there?
What?
It's amazing now what happens there. That is where you go to take your test to become a medic. So if you are of Hispanic or some kind
That's where you go.
That's where you go and take your test, and it's amazing. So we walk by us. There's like 100 people outside, right, with cameras and all, and they're waiting for their counterparts to come out. and if they come out with an American flag,
They've
that
won.
means that they're an American citizen.
won the American
and
competition.
everybody, the 100 people that are there, all applaud them and cheer when they
that's
come
nice.
out. It is unreal. So you see people of African descent, of Hispanic descent, of all that coming out, and you're waiting to see if they have the flag.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't see someone who didn't, because I can only imagine what it was like if you didn't.
All I can imagine now is, you know those busloads of fellas they keep seeing up in Ballymote arriving in the place?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Do you know?
Are we seriously going to talk about
We're not
that?
going to talk about that, but I mean, obviously, there's a lot of new people coming into Ireland, and I'd love to see a similar enjoying crowd clapping as these people, get off the bus.
Yeah,
shouting abuse at them, shouting bastards.
Yeah, I mean, should we? Yeah, let's get into that.
The
let's
bastards
not.
are the people not getting off the bus.
No, but let's not even get into that because we get in trouble for saying that even.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Ray. The most politically hot topic in the country right now.
Everybody's
But
great.
that's what I'm saying is that it was amazing to see them coming out and everyone's wearing their suits and all that.
Yeah.
And this one little tiny, I could be wrong, Mexican kid just came out, and when everyone cheered him, he just screamed, "I'm an American."
Nice.
It was unbelievable. So that was in the old city hall where they read out and apparently the proclamation was something to do with the and get rid of the English.
You had a nice trip and so.
No, we went out every day. Me and Nick made a decision, Ray. We said, even though we are parents of a baby now, we're going
to do things.
And we went out every single day and explored.
Good.
Right? A lot of time was exploring Nike shops and Abercrombie and Kendy.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was still exploration, Raymond.
It was, yeah.
Didn't Columbus himself found the first Abercrombie and Fitch shop?
I believe
and I
it
was
was.
only following in his footsteps is all.
Was there not a branch of Columbus over there? Columbia?
Oh,
no.
no, there is, whatever all the young lads are wearing. There is actually a shop like that called Columbia, but there's nothing to do with Columbus, and that was a shite joke. I just got to see if there was anything. I just got to see if there was anything else that I wanted to say, because I prefer just running through it all and all that kind of crack. Now, Ray, have you ever heard of Dave and Buster's?
Who?
You know the way I said that they're more hospitable than we are and nicer? They're also drink way more.
Oh, they do, yeah.
They fucking drink at every meal.
Yeah.
Like every meal. I was like, can I get a glass of Coke? And Ellie's husband was like, I want a pint of vodka. Give me a fucking pint. Come on, let's get out. No, they do. And they drink so there's a place called Dave and Buster's, right? Which is an arcade chain.
Okay.
But it's also a restaurant chain. Mm-hmm. So while there's young lads playing Mario Kart you're drinking beside them.
Yeah.
And it's completely normal at 1 in the day, to be doing this kind of thing. And Dave and Buster's is unbelievable, by the way.
I thought Dave and Buster's was one of them branches of restaurants where they shouted at you.
No, fuck them places, by the way.
I love them places.
No, but what a stupid gimmick.
I want to bring that to Sligo.
I think
Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items. One night
There's some
a week.
places that already would now.
One night a week, I want them to be all themselves.
No.
And I want them to I want everybody to know that on Tuesdays in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre, if you want to go for dinner and get abused, that you go in.
No, I would not be for that. But some places are like that already. Not Anderson's.
But it's good crack.
But there's some places you go in and order a drink in Sligo, and you'd swear yes, come here, can I get a pint of Guinness, and can I also ride your wife as well if you don't mind? You'd swear that's what you said to them, with the way that they react,
Yeah, I think there's a market for that.
Did you ever hear the one of the friend of mine? Did I ever tell you the one of the friend of mine? No.
What?
Friend of mine went in to buy drinks for everybody. He wasn't even drinking.
Yeah.
He was just being nice.
Yeah.
And I drink Smithwick's, Ray, right? To which is called a pint of beer. It's the only beer we have in Ireland. Everyone knows it's a pint of beer, right?
I didn't know that until you said
It
it
is
to me.
a pint of beer, you prick. You're like your man now.
Yeah.
He ordered a pint of beer, and the barman behind the bar said, "Ugh,
What is that?
what beer?"
But I'd be the same.
No, if we're going to argue about this, we're going to argue till the cows come home.
We don't have to argue about it.
No, if
you'll
you're-
be proven wrong,
No,
as
no.
is always,
No.
by our listeners.
No,
Can
our
you
listeners
please
are going
let
to
us
back
know?
me.
No, they're
our
not.
listeners are going to back me.
The first I've ever heard Smithwick's is a pint of beer.
Smithwick's is the only beer we have. As in, if you ask for beer, it means Smithwick's in Ireland.
No, should I go into the off license and I gotta get a few beers? I'm not going in buying tins of Smithwick's. I'm going in and get a few beers.
No, you're exactly what's wrong with this country.
No, I'm not.
I'm sick to death of this now. Beer is Smithwick's.
No, it's not. Wait, third opinion. James McManus, flicking the keys himself. There he is there now. He drinks an odd pint. If I said, could you get me a pint of beer from the bar, would you automatically say, yes, no bother, I'll get you Smithwick's? Thank you, James.
Yeah, but James, no. But James, the other thing that's wrong with this country as well. And James,
that's the first denial of your reality that you're going to hear this week.
We really need to get to the bottom of this because you've actually.
No, we don't. It's there.
Beer is Smithwick's.
No.
When my owl one used to bring me to the pub every day for 16 hours. No, she didn't. That was a joke. When my owl one used to go to the pub, she would say, "Could I get a beer shandy?" And everybody knew.
Wait, now. That's ringing a bell.
No.
Yeah,
a beer shandy
that's a
is
different thing.
Smithwick's and 7-Up.
Different thing.
It's not a different thing. It's the same drink.
I'm going to go back to our external stocks. If I asked you to get a beer shandy, James, sticking the keys yourself, what would you think it would be? No idea.
But James is exactly what's wrong with this country as well. That's why I hate the two of you. I hate bringing this up now.
Tried to
two
validate.
Shower bastards.
I tried to validate your feelings there by somehow kind of.
No, you knew he was going to say that
I
as well.
didn't. I thought he'd go beer shandy. That's definitely
he had this plan, you bastards. Before we came in today,
you told Brendan sex night off.
If he ever brings up beer, just make sure we say no, because I'm telling you, and I don't want to just Irishize this again, but if you ask anyone in Roscommon, Leitrim, or rural Galway, or any of them, they will know what beer is. Beer is Smithwick's.
I get to see.
We don't have any other beer. Okay, what do you think beer is? Heineken.
Heineken. Anything at all.
No, it's lager. That's lager, Ray. How dare you even say that?
Yeah.
Right? What's Guinness? Guinness is porter, stout. Okay.
Someone said that to me recently.
So beer is ale, red beer, or some other kind of beer. Right. But in Ireland, we only have Smithwick's.
Whatever. You're wrong.
I'm not. Oh, you can't just say, oh, whatever. Mark is wrong there now, so we'll just move on. I'm not wrong.
What else have you got?
Stop pretending I'm wrong.
Come on now.
No, anyway, the one thing I do want to say genuinely, and I'll finish with this now. Boston was unbelievable. We brought a 4-month-old across to Boston. We had a class crack.
Did she enjoy herself? Did she do anything on her own?
Oh, she loved it, man.
Right.
She ate the same taste she did when she was in Ireland. Doesn't matter a fuck. Ellie and Kenny and all the whole family that run Watertown. Yeah. They own the whole place, right? Yeah. They run everything in Watertown.
They sound dangerous now. Sounds like a film Ben Affleck could be in.
Don't mess with them.
Yeah, something bad had happened.
Don't mess with the Holts.
Okay.
Honest to God.
Or Casey Affleck.
It'd be called Holt On, right? Hold on and don't be messing with them lads. Right. They run Watertown. And talk about hospitality, Ray. We were so easy to go over there. And I am now going. What?
See the size of you.
I wore a white t-shirt, just comfortable in myself.
Yeah. She had 2 weeks in Boston now, lad.
I feel like I have a massive neck. You're a bitch.
I'm only joking.
I'd pull up. Is it the size of me?
No, it's not. No,
American portions are massive.
You look lovely.
Do you know what nearly happened? I nearly got sick in a diner. Right?
Why?
Because I ate far too much, obviously. I ate far too much, right? And as I was going, I was like, Jesus Christ. Then Kenny turned to me and said, You're still eating. I was still eating as I was going, oh, sweet Jesus Christ.
Was there a night where you drank too much?
No, I didn't drink too much at all. We didn't drink. Me and Kendy slipped off to the pub one night.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. It's so cool. You go into a pub and you sit down and you order the drink.
Stewie playing in the corner.
And then they go, no, there was football. I love it. There was football on the TV, American football. And then they're like, do you want some food? And we were like, how am I taking an old Cajun fry?
Yeah.
Throws out an old Cajun fry there for the crack. And then everything's all lovely over there.
Do you want to move?
Yes, now we're getting to it. I am so set in my way. Like I said this before, if I never left Sligo again, I'd be happy. But I could live in the suburbs of Boston.
Would you consider moving over
Honest to God, if you told me I had to, I could do it.
And do either of you qualify for the J1 or are you gone too old?
No, man, because I can't play football. You only get a J1 if you play football over there. Right. No, I could do it though. Genuinely. And I'm thinking about doing it now once or twice a year. The only problem is I do have to apologise to Kenny. Right? Because there's nothing. Eleanor just went full Irish on him.
Yeah.
She said, oh, do I live here now? I'm bringing everybody.
Yeah.
Okay? My mother's coming over 15 times a year. They're coming over. And you're going to get in your car and you're going to drive them around.
Yeah.
I don't care what. You're just
time off work.
So he just drove us around for 10 days. And obviously took on a baby in a house for 10 days. So a big shout out to him for not losing his cool once. Because he could have screamed at us. You know what I mean? And he didn't. So it's unreal. And if I had to move to Watertown, I would move to Watertown.
And I'm delighted you're cultured now.
Not cultured at all. I went to Dunkin' Donuts every day and got coffee. I just found my way there. That's all that happened.
You found a habit quick.
I just found my habits there really quick. We ate in this fucking breakfast diner where all the American
pancakes.
It was rotten. Yeah, Nicola got the pancakes every morning. I got this big dirty bagel with salad. Lord above, it was lovely. But all the outlets, it was a rotten diner, as in it wasn't done up in 40 years.
Yeah.
But all the American outlets sitting there and talk about football.
Yeah.
I watched the game last night. Oh, those goddamn Seahawks, and I just loved every bit of it.
You sound like you're buzzing after
I absolutely loved every second of it.
Can I bring you back down to earth now?
Oh, where have I to gig?
No,
Go on.
I'll tell you a story.
Yeah, go on.
Just about the opposite to what you had.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Yeah, obviously I was sick.
Oh, yeah.
And I went out to Ballymote.
Right.
Right? After I had got out of the COVID.
Yeah.
And I was hungry. We were visiting friends in the Ballymote. Big shout out to
You've
Lucy.
no friends in Ballymote.
Lucy and I, well, they're Laura's friends, but they're my friends too now.
Lucy in the sky in Ballymote?
Yes. Lucy and I are living out in Ballymote.
Right.
It was an evening.
Yeah.
Tipped out, I was hungry. I was in a bad way.
You wouldn't be hungry in America now. Sorry, mate.
I know, but it was just when you were talking about food there.
Oh, jeez, you wouldn't go hungry in America?
Yeah, this just shows you how backward this fucking country is.
Right.
Right? You're abroad in the merch.
Yeah, have the fucking head of myself.
And I bet you could pay any way you wanted over there.
Oh, Ray, you don't even pay.
Exactly.
You don't even pay. You just signed a paper.
Yeah.
That's it. Honestly, if you want to pay the bill in America, they don't come. You just sign the paper, and walk away.
Yeah.
You don't put in a key.
How does that work now?
They take your cards.
Oh.
And they have, like Shannon Airport, they have a special reader there that doesn't need the pin or anything.
Savage.
And they just take your details and they bring it back. And then you just write down what you want to tip them.
Yeah.
I didn't tip once. No, I did. You have to tip. They fucking lose the head. But you just sign this and you walk away, Ray.
Well, here
and as you walk away, you're like that, backwards, sticking up the fingers.
Here's Ballymote.
Okay, Ballymote had the same system.
In contrast.
Right.
So there was me and Laura. We arrived in Ballymote. I was hungry and I knew I was going into a visit.
Right.
And I knew they weren't going to have a curry chip.
You needed a bad burger and a curry chip.
I needed a bad burger and a curry chip.
Yeah.
So I said to me, where would I get now? Can I think of more chicken tenders?
Oh,
so I said, right.
Lovely.
Yeah,
I'm
chicken
hungry
tenders
now,
and chip,
man.
Yeah. So I said, where in Ballymote does a man get chicken tenders and chip?
Yeah.
Now, anyone that's from Ballymote would know some of the eateries.
Yeah.
There's a Pizza 4.
The fine dineries. Pizza 4.
Pizza 4. It's another one of these kind of, S4 pizza or Pizza 4 or something like that. So
I love the people that come into Sligo and just call their place Sligo Pizza so that, they have it like, Okay, go on. Sligo chips.
There's another place, I can't remember the name, it's on the main street there, and then there's another place called
Right.
Now, I
Please don't talk.
shouldn't have probably named them.
No, why would you name them? You're such an idiot.
Why don't I take that out? Oh no, I just took that out. I just beeped it.
Okay,
Tremendous.
Perfect. Okay, remind me to beep it on the video or else everyone will know.
Please.
Okay,
so I beeped that name, so that it's easier now to talk about it.
Okay.
So yes, there's a number of takeaways, and anyway.
Okay. Loads of takeaways at Ballymote.
This is one of them, just to not make it wide so nobody guesses what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I rang them. Because Laura had tipped into Super Value to get, or whatever, Spar or whatever it is out there, to get a few biscuits and sweets for the house.
Right.
And I rang this takeaway and I says, can I get chicken tender meal and a Coke, and I'm going to collect in a few minutes because piss and rain.
Yeah.
We weren't in Boston. It was horrible weather.
Oh, did I tell you about the Boston weather? No, I'm joking.
She came out of the shop then. She rang Lucy to tell her that we'd be over shortly.
Yeah.
And Lucy said, that's great. Where did you order the food from? And we said, we ordered from the
This
takeaway.
place.
This place, the takeaway.
Yeah.
And Lucy says,
oh, you're going to get the shits.
do you have cash? Because they only take cash.
They only take cash.
I'm
delighted.
Cash.
I am absolutely with this place.
That's fine. That's grand. But I've been living my life for the past while, tapping like it's hot.
And Ray, I have tapped all my money away because when you look in your wallet in 2007, you go, I have €400 to my name.
Yes.
I will now spend this accordingly and make sure I have something left over.
Yeah.
When I tap my phone, I look at my bank account a month later and go, what? I spent 800 quid on coffees this month.
Yeah,
that is so dangerous.
Centra are making so much pound in this
country.
God.
We're just tapping our lives away.
€6 and €8 and €9 and €4
Honestly,
everywhere.
Ray, we are tapping our lives away. That's all we're doing now. And I agree with this crowd going,
no,
cash.
No, not cash.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there without a drop of a credit card or a debit card or anything in my pocket. We had no money. We were driving my sister Marie's car. She had no money in the car because she's savage.
Did you not check
like
under
that.
disease?
No. There was
That's
a
what
sister.
Meowlwad used to do that to
Marie
Dad.
would not have left money under a seat. It'd be in an investment fund somewhere earning her double.
Mam used to do that, right? I used to see Mam stealing money from Dad, right? So Dad's money would fall out of his pocket, right, onto the car seats.
Yeah.
And then when he'd get out, then Mam would say, "Shut up now for a second." And then she'd take the fucking change. She'd take the change off of there.
Sure, if I'm ever stuck for cash in the house, there's always money in the couch from Sean. Falls out of his pocket.
He would be livid if he found that out.
Yeah. I think anyway. So
okay, go on.
So Lucy said, only take cash. I'm going, how am I going to pay? So I rang them up and I said, come here, I'm going to have to cancel that tenders and chips.
Right.
Because I don't have money to pay you. And they said, I'm sorry, it is on now.
What?
That's what they said.
They said you better find cash.
It's on now. You have to sort it. And I was sitting there going, oh my God, what am I going to do? So
don't turn up. They don't know. Like.
I conscientiously, I couldn't. And I was still hungry and I still wanted it. So I had to try and figure out a way of getting cash
Did you
money.
have to sell cheek? So Ray had to go in and he was crying, taking off his shirt.
No, I says to myself, they wouldn't take the Tappa. See, I wanted to get cash back off my phone. So I wanted to tap and get the cash back.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do it in Spar, Super Value, whatever that is. So I said, I'm going to go down to this very forward-thinking filling station down the bottom of the town.
The most forward-thinking filling station in Ireland, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
They're completely LGBTQ. Like, you can... Everyone, you can be whatever you want in there, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody's just got to love everyone in there.
Marvellous.
You have to announce your pronouns when you walk in the door. Excuse me, Ray McAndrew, she, her, and then you go in, and it's so forward-thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went down there anyway, and Laura was not hopeful that I was going to work this out.
Okay.
Went in. Yeah. I says, do you do the Tappa, give me cash back if I buy a few boxes of Pringles?
Right.
And your man behind, and hold on, your man's name is, wait a second, I can name this fella.
Are you allowed to name him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cormac
Cormac
Finn.
Yeah.
2 times handball champion this year.
No shagging
Last
way.
year must have been.
Don't tell me old Quick Hands Cormac is working inside.
Quick Hands Cormac is up inside in
No
the forward ticket
shagging
filling
way.
station.
What's his name? Is Finn, isn't it?
It's Cormac Finn.
Oh, two kill Finn.
Anyway,
Two-head Finn.
when I came in now, I did notice there was a lady behind
Cool
the
hand
till.
Finn.
And she was serving someone.
Right.
And I was going, I had to make a judgment call on her.
You said
demeanor.
ladies don't know anything about finance.
No,
So you said, I'm not going to
It
her.
wasn't that. I was
No,
thinking,
you
I
said
just
this-
kind of looked at her and went,
They're spending money on shoes and handbags.
I
and
have a
all.
funny feeling she's ticked at the fact she's still here this hour of the night and she
No.
doesn't want to be annoyed by me.
You had a fully feeling she was thick. That's all that was happening there.
No,
now, right?
I just didn't think she was going to help me.
Right, okay.
But anyway, Cormac came out from behind the shelves.
You saw Cormac's hands.
he
and you
was
said, "Ooh."
he was stocking meanies at the time.
Oh, a bag of
Yeah,
beanies.
so
So
he had the box
smell your
emptied.
hands after eating beanies. Oh, Lord above.
So he came out anyway, and he came in. I'll take you here, he said.
Hmm.
As I came over to him, do you do the tappa kasha? And he says, I'm afraid we don't. To which point I went, shite. So I said, there's no harm now. I'm going to tell you the story. Cormac, I'll tell you a tale of woe.
Tell you what's after happening, Cormac.
I am after ordering the chicken tenders meal up above the town in that takeaway that you know well. He says, I know it well.
Yeah.
Flashy lights. And he says to me, he says, yeah, I don't want to take cash. I said, yeah, how am I going to get cash? I have no money.
Don't tell me Cormac put his fucking handball hands into his pockets.
Cormac says to me, well, do you have Revolut? And I'm going, I do, but I don't know how this comes into it. Well, if you Revolut me 20 quid, I have my card with me and I'll give you cash back.
No way.
So I got his phone number. So he's now in as Cormac. What did you call him? Cormac Cool Two Hands.
Cool Hand Finn.
Cool Hand Finn.
Yeah. Cool Hand Finn.
There's definitely the name of the episode.
Yeah.
So I Revoluted Cool Hand Finn.
Yeah.
They're €20. I give him 25.
You
Much
gave
to
him-
Laura's disappointment.
You
by the
tipped
way.
it. Yeah,
I give him the price of a pint.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a good thing. Good.
And I
deeds
said,
to do.
I just want 20 back because I need to get these tenders.
Hmm.
And I'm also going to buy these 2 selection boxes to make it, because I didn't want to be coming into the shop.
I hope
getting
they're on
cash
sale.
back.
Selection
They were.
boxes
Oh, yeah,
in
they
January.
were,
Yeah.
they're on
Right.
sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Savvy. So I got my €20.
Yeah.
It was marvellous.
That is. Can I talk about Cool Hand Finn for a minute?
You can.
What a man to the rescue.
Just
Like what a man
yeah.
to call it and just go. I have the solution for you here.
Yeah,
Now.
we'll use a Lithuanian bank.
Is that what it is?
It is, yeah.
Is Revolut Lithuania?
Revolut are regulating Lithuania.
Ah,
However, they are making an Irish appearance very shortly.
Well, of course they are because of tax. And yeah, okay.
But fair play, I have to have big shout out to Cormac. So I got the
Fucking
chicken
huge.
tenders up to Lucy Aaron. Lucy Aaron give out to us. Why didn't you just come up and get the money off us? And I never think of that.
Yeah, well, also, yeah, there's just something
Yeah,
about.
there's something about going visiting him. The first thing you say when you
Yeah.
go in the door.
Can I have money?
Can you lend me 10?
Change the house is lovely. Come here, can I have money?
Yeah,
Like-
here's some biscuits. Can I have money?
But there's also something, and it's always been said, like, my mother used to always say it, there's nothing like taking money off a 2-time handball All-Ireland champion.
Nothing like it.
I mean, I'd love to see him in action, man.
Yeah.
Action man.
Action man.
I would love to see him in action. Unbelievable.
Speaking then of handball, and
Yeah.
that's the contrast between your lovely Boston experience and my shite Ballymote
My Boston experience was the best experience I've ever had. Go on
Now,
anyway.
we got in trouble with the GA.
Oh my God, we have to address this. We somehow broke an algorithm on TikTok and ended up in a section of it that we do not belong in.
No, we don't. It's
We
essentially
ended up-
welcome to Two Johnniesville.
We ended up in the Two Johnny section of the, and we found out. Oh my God,
Over 4 hours.
They let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we ended up saying, I have a couple of things to say on this, Ray.
Do.
First of all, I'm very sorry if we insulted any counties out there.
Yeah.
And also, will you ever get over us?
But I think we should apologise though generally to say that I know nothing about GA at the best of times.
Yeah, but
So I was only going along with you. You were essentially the only one at
no,
fault.
but also we weren't given our actual
no,
punditry.
we were joking.
There was comments on our. So here's what happened.
Can I give you some of the comments?
Yeah, no, but we'll tell people what happened first, and then we'll go with the comments. Some of the comments are hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
But some of them you're just like, I mean, do you think we're Joe Brolly? Like, we're not actually giving our opinion on GAA here. We're doing a joke.
Jokes.
So we were doing a joke, like so. We put up a video of a couple of episodes ago when I said that places like Leitrim and Sligo and all that they shouldn't have centres of excellence. They should have centres of mediocrity.
Yeah.
And obviously a joke.
Yeah.
People thought that we were on the Irish Times.
Yeah.
Giving our opinion saying that we should wipe out these counties. They shouldn't be allowed to play football anymore. Because some of the comments were like, would you not try and stand up for the smaller counties around the place and all the good that they're doing for the young? And we were like, obviously we don't think that we should be. We're not on the Sunday game.
It was just funny to talk about it. For
We
a
were
minute.
just making a joke.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we ended up on JA Two Johnny's TikTok, and they absolutely
First one
slaughtered
in.
us. Go on.
Why did he say Galway?
Why? Yeah. So at the end of the video, we were like, counties like Leitrim. So Ray said, counties like Leitrim and Sligo and Galway and all
I
them.
started listening to everybody except Mayo.
Yeah, you were like, oh yeah, they shouldn't be going up with Kerry. And then the fact that he said Galway, people were like, how dare he say Galway?
How can he lump
amongst them?
Galway and these people?
I'll tell you why, because he hasn't. He's not on the Sunday game.
Eddie Hobbs weighed in and said, sure, if that's your mindset, why would anyone in setting up try to approve bizarre stuff, Eddie said. Right?
Bizarre stuff from us. How dare you?
Another bone of contention was the fact that I mentioned Mayo hurlers. Now, in my defence, in all my time knowing nothing about GAA, I've never heard anyone mention Mayo hurling.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. They're not winning All-Irelands, Ray.
But apparently they're winning different types of All-Irelands. Club All-Irelands. And something about Mayo hurlers. So, sure, the Mayo hurlers won All Irelands in the past 3 years, and a Mayo club got to the All Ireland. Apparently, Turin or Turin or
Ray, I'm just going to talk to you. You should see the All Irelands that Mayo are winning.
Right.
Okay, you shouldn't A or B them. You should see them.
What are you talking about?
It's fucking not. It's way down the list. The stuff that they're winning.
Donald came out and called us a mediocre podcast.
No, there's some good ones though. Read out the Two Johnny ones.
Okay.
Someone said who's this Two Johnnies from Wish?
I know. I'm getting there. I'm from Leitrim. It is a terrible disgrace. Mayo hurlers have won more All Irelands than Mayo footballers in the last 50 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to copy the Two Johnny lads. I see.
That's good. I love this one. Yeah, them ones.
Yeah,
keep going with them.
These two funny men are in no place to take the mick out of a weaker country.
Oh my God! Yeah. Can everyone just analyse that comment for a minute?
Have more. In the same one? What have they achieved? Only a dirt podcast. Embarrassing disgrace.
Oh my God! So I loved this when it happened. By the way, because again,
well, someone responded to that person and give them a link to mental health problems. No, sorry, anger problems.
Anger management.
Yeah. So, and then someone else said, "Would you relax for fuck's sake?"
Yeah.
You're dead right.
Yeah. No, but like. See how much we aggravated the JA community.
I was sitting in my boxer shorts in the kitchen of the house at 1 o'clock. Poor Laura, unable to sleep upstairs in the bed because she was worried about how worried I was about everything.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to get a phone call from Ocean FM the following morning asking me why I'd upset everybody in Leitrim.
Ray thought we were going to get cancelled.
I thought I could get cancelled.
And I was trying to explain to Ray, we didn't diddle anybody.
No.
Right? No one's gone through our past to find out that we diddled. We just said that Leitrim are not really good at JA.
But they are good in their own right.
No, but you're like the thing is, it's okay. Now I have to say, in us putting that out, all of these comments are justified because people are allowed to react whatever way they want.
The big one was, what was it? Two Johnnies, the Wish. Someone ordered two Johnnies on Wish.
Someone ordered two Johnnies on Wish. I mean, that is deadly. But we made the mistake of infiltrating the JA in pints.
Yeah, we shouldn't have done
that. And we probably shouldn't, because once you get into that realm, they're so touchy. Like they're just like, get out of here now. You don't belong here, so you're not allowed in.
Not if you're saying something not nice. Unless you're saying something nice, you can stay.
I don't even think that'd work. I think that you're not allowed into that section of the world without them approving it.
It's just like school again for me.
You know? Yeah, it's just like school again. That's so funny.
I have to wrap up the things now.
Okay, go on.
I have
quick.
Few little things.
Come on now.
We're all right, we're okay. Just a little bit. So we got the hate comments in the GAA. Told you about Dean Walsh.
Oh yeah, Dean Walsh.
On the 14th of January.
Yeah.
At approximately 4:51 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
What do you think Dean was doing?
Drinking.
No.
Oh no. What?
Go on. Another guess.
Dean Walsh. What was Dean Walsh doing?
4:51 in the morning. Saturday night.
What?
What do you think he might have been doing?
Watching.
I'll tell you what he was doing.
Go on.
Riding. Do you want to know what he was listening to while he was doing that?
Us.
Yeah.
Are you fucking?
And he had the audacity then, at the time, to send us a message to our podcast page and says, just let you know I just had sex listening to you.
You can't say this, Ray.
Why?
Because
he said it. Make sure you mention it on the podcast.
No way he said that.
Yeah.
That is the best shout out we've ever given, by the way. There is absolutely no way that he said that we can say that.
It's just, I suppose, something I always dreamed of happening, that someone would be listening to us when...
I mean, Nicola doesn't even listen to me when we're...
A quick update, Sean O'Reilly, still out in France.
Oh yeah.
Lost his phone up in the mountains.
Did he?
So he was skiing.
Not going to find that.
What do you think happened? He was on his way down the mountain, and next thing...
Casey Daly job.
His sister got a phone call. His sister was with him, Louise.
Yeah.
She got a phone call from the mother at home in Cavan, who had just received a phone call from a French gentleman who was up the mountain and had found his phone.
No way. Fair play to him. Jeez.
How jammy is that, man?
Come here. This podcast is full to the brim with just loads of good things.
That's
like loads
good
of
news,
good people.
Yeah.
Except for us infiltrating JA, the bastards.
Yeah, and the last thing I have to say to you then is, before ever I got the COVID, when I was suffering with it, I had before that I went out for a Fitzcrowley meal, and I have to give them a shout out.
Oh yeah,
Neve, Eddie,
they
Robbie,
know how to do it.
They
know how to do a good meal.
There was a lemon drizzle had that wasn't too lemony.
Oh Lord above.
So I just had to shout them out.
I would love that lemon drizzle. I love lemon drizzle cake. Did you save any for me?
I did. I brought some home to Sean, but that was.
Is it still in the house and you're waiting for him to come home?
No, it's gone.
Oh, gosh. I got really excited there going, I'd absolutely love
I
lemon
will
drizzle
inquire,
now.
could we get some lemon drizzle for you?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
If the Fitzcrowleys are listening, just a small drop of lemon drizzle, please.
Small drop of lemon drizzle.
There's an old slicey, there's all. Let's go.
Slicey.
Come here, I want to do one shout out right before we go, because I know we do have to go. I want to shout out Sinead Ledwith. Right. Sinead Ledwith is an avid listener.
Yes.
And she cornered Nicola and said, will you just ask them for a shout out? And we love you. Fair play to you. I think that might be it, Ray.
For 187.
For 187. And a big shout out to James McManus here behind us for filling in for Brendan.
Flicking the keys himself
All night. So thank you, James.
And welcome to all the new listeners we seem to have got from Father Larry.
Yeah, the Father Larry video walloped on TikTok and on Instagram. We'll be getting
t-shirts.
Yeah, and you're listening to us now going, it's not as good as the Father Larry clip. Yeah, we know, because it can't all be home runs. And American comments. There you go. Ray, to finish things off. Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.